Hello everyone, we are live. How are you all doing? And welcome to the first ever episode of Fight Club. And yeah, this is our first live performance for October read, which is Clowns versus Spiders. And I've got the awesome Kritz from Secret Read. Yeah, and today we're going to talk about the epic tale, the battle between clowns versus spiders. Who's going to come out on top? What's going to happen? And anyway, before we go there, I just want to, what's going to happen? And it might look like I'm Team Spider, right? Yeah. But you would be wrong. But you would be wrong because I am a clown in disguise. Right? There we go.
That's a dirty clown trick.
That's a dirty clown trick, yeah. Well, if you think about the clowns and their makeup and all that, yeah. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that I've got the Discord link down below. Please come and join us. Kind of stopping. It's very chilled. And then next month, and I'm going to leave this now to Kritz. Welcome, Kritz.
Hello, hello. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has joined our little book club. We didn't really know how it was going to be received or how it was going to go. So I'm very happy to have so many friends in our Discord and just there supporting us, even if they've already read the book, even if they're just there to kind of check things out. You don't have to read every book every month, but whenever you can drop in and hang out with us and read the book with us, it means a lot to me. So, and I'm sure it does to Cliff as well. So I really appreciate it. We did vote, and we're going to vote every month to see what we're going to read the following month. So we did put up a vote already, and our winner for November was Ronald Malfi's The Night Parade. And I just got my copy used. And I'm excited. This is post-apocalyptic horror, which is Cliff's favorite type of subgenre of horror.
My favorite, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like how many I've read. Like I know the two main ones I've read, like The Stand and Swan Song. And I'm sure there's more in there that I'm not thinking of, but I've been wanting to read more Ronald Malfi. So I'm glad that this one came up and won the vote. They were all good choices, but I'm excited for that.
Well, this will be my first experience with Ronald Malfi, and I've heard such good things. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, can't wait. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is anyone in the chat going to be joining us in November? I'd like to hear your comments over there. Let us know if you're going to be jumping in. And
Yeah, and also starting from 2025, we're going to be having co-hosts. So we're going to want some co-hosts to be with us on the channel during the lives. And so if there's a particular subgenre that you're really interested in, maybe extreme horror, maybe gothic, what are some other ones that we've listed? We've spent a lot of time coming up with massive lists. What is the other one? Some other ones? Maybe slasher.
We got lots. We have like elemental horror, especially like polar horror. Any kind of subgenre you can think of, and I'm sure we'll come up with more as we go. But I see a couple of our booktuber friends in the comments, and if there's any genre or month that you're like, hey, I would really like to jump in this month and be a co-host, let us know what your genre preference is, and because then we can kind of get your perspective on that genre and just have a nice discussion. So if there's one that you're interested in, like I know Bad is in the chat right now and she likes extreme horror a lot. And I would like to be introduced to a little more extreme horror. And I think she'd be like the perfect person for that.
She will be the perfect person for that.
Putting her on the spot right now. But anything that you're interested in, if you want to jump in, let us know so we can get you slotted for that month.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else about our book club. Not off the top of my head. Awesome. let's get into Clowns versus Spiders. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Was your team clown?
Clown. Well, doesn't look like it from the front, but I'm a spy clown. I'm a spy clown.
Spy clown. It's a new subgenre.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what were your first impressions of the book? I mean, like when once you finished the book, what were your overall impressions?
So I mean, it's pretty much what you expect when you read the title of this book. And I've never read Jeff Strand before, so this was my first time. I think the first thing that really kind of stood out to me was the writing style.
Yeah,
And I know that it was intentional because it's supposed to be from the thoughts of a clown, right?
yeah.
And we are in the head of clowns, these very pure clowns.
Very
And
pure.
yeah, sometimes I felt like the writing was a little like
Too
simplistic.
dialogue too much dialogue, maybe? Is that what you're thinking?
There's a couple times where I highlighted where their descriptions are, and there are lots and lots and lots of spiders. And then we did lots and lots and lots. And I'm like, I felt like I was kind of reading a book for children at times, but it kind of grew on me a little bit. So it was a very specific type of humor that I think you have to be into to appreciate the whole book.
Yeah, uh, I absolutely loved it. And I found like it's so interesting how the author sometimes even on the same page, 1 minute you're laughing out loud, and then next minute you're going, "Oh crap, what's happening now?" Then you're cringing, and there's horror and terror, and like some serious horror in this book. It's not like, and then some of my favorite clowns will come up and say something just really special and really sincere and really.
Yeah, there's some good quotes
And
in there for sure.
I was all for that verse. I was all for that. I absolutely loved that. And I think I've read Jeff Strand before,
Mhm.
and I think people that like this book or love this book should read The Haunted Forest Tour, because that is a blast. Same kind
I
of
haven't
thing.
read that one, but I have this one.
Oh, I love the spider on your shirt. Very cool.
My friend. It's my friend.
That's very that's very cool.
Um,
Read the book again?
so it Watches in the Dark by Jeff Strand. I just love this cover, and I'm really hoping to read it before Halloween, so I got to get on it. Um,
Yeah,
but this will probably be my second book from him. I've seen the one that you're talking about. I think it's on
yeah.
Kindle Unlimited.
It is so much fun. It's just monsters galore. And it's kills, gory, but it's just so funny. So it's
I
similar
like
to this.
that he took the perspective of this pure-hearted, the like most pure-hearted people.
Jaunty, Jaunty's the best. Jaunty is the best.
I think I'm team
Bless
Bluehead.
his soul. Bless his soul. Jaunty is just so sweet.
They're all very sweet, and they're all always worried about what other people think or how they're making people feel. And it's just not something we see very often in anybody, not just clowns. But it was interesting to
Yeah.
get a book from clowns on a different perspective because you never see that. So I did
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
And did you know that Jeff Strand, I saw an interview from him, and the whole idea of, at the beginning that they're actually fired from their job of making children happy, bringing joy to children, bringing joy to people. They were fired and then they were desperate and they had to find a job being nasty, scary clowns. Now, this was actually a real life case. Jeff
Oh,
Strand, I
really?
think in America, somebody found out that there were clowns, and they were no longer had a job or were struggling or whatever because of the change in attitude of people towards clowns. And it might have been because of it, but I think he spoke of other media, but that the whole reputation. I mean, if you go back a long way, clowns, always that scary. Clowns were supposed to be,
I
maybe,
haven't
maybe
seen a clown since I was a kid, since circuses were a thing. So I
yeah,
have not actually seen clowns in a very long time. I don't go out seeking them, but I just don't see them. And so that's pretty interesting that that's actually happened, but I think more people are scared of clowns. I don't know. I grew up with my grandma who loved clowns. She collected clowns, like
yeah,
little figurines, and then my brother liked them as well. I personally was never scared of them, but I found them annoying. Like they're so in your face and they're so like pay attention to me. They're giving younger sibling energy for sure.
Yeah,
And it's just like the opposite of my personality. I'm like, okay, back up. So
yeah.
I could see why people don't like clowns, but yeah, you don't ever see them anywhere anymore.
No, you don't. And look, I find them creepy. I don't find them terrifying at all. I don't have a phobia of clowns. But I am a very slight arachnophobiac. If I have any phobia of a creature, it's probably spiders. And that's probably why I enjoyed this book so much, because it did actually scare me in places, because I'm a bit of an arachnophobiac. So the comic relief and the horror and the tension, everything else, with these freaking giant spiders the size of your head, that scared me. That scared the crap out of me. And then
Yeah, I'm not
you're coming with these clowns saying the most ridiculous things, but I just had to laugh. It was so funny. But should we say hello to some people?
sure. Let's see
No?
who's here.
Okay, let me just exit full screen for a second. Oh, wow. Okay. We got a lot of people here. Sorry, I should have paid attention. Okay, Spooky Little Book Nerd. How you doing?
Ashley.
Yeah. And we got Stuart Griffin. How's man?
Hello, Stuart.
And we got Alicia. Yo,
Yo,
yo, yo,
yo.
yo, yo, yo.
You're like fighting somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's Fright Club. It's Fright Club. So, okay. And then we got Bad is Rad. I'm Team Clowns. You bad?
Bad like
I'm
clowns.
a clown in disguise. The spider over the clown. Okay. Then we got Bad is Rad. Cute spider on your shoulder, Kritz. Yeah. What is the spider's name? Is he poisonous or a spider of cuteness?
He is an adorable little spider. He came with a name. I took his tag off and I forget what his name was. I think maybe Charlotte, but he's got little vampire
Charlotte.
fangs. And I
Charlotte.
actually had him in my car. He just sits on my dash and he is supposed to make sure that no real spiders are hanging out in there. He's like, this is my zone, so real spiders need to stay away.
Yeah. Did you say the name is Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Taken from Charlotte's Web. That
Yes.
children's. Oh, I love that book.
I have a fear of spiders, but Charlotte.
Hey, Melissa.
Man, that spider makes me cry.
Yeah.
Hey, Melissa.
Yeah. Not bad. I'm not sure if I want to read that book, but I'm willing to try. I never read anything by that author, but I do have a few of these books.
Are you talking about Ronald Malfi? This one?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It sounds really cool. I like the premise.
I'm going in fairly blind, mostly because I have a bad memory and I've already forgotten what it's about after reading it. So I like going in as blind as possible.
Yeah, that's the best thing with most books.
But I have read one of his other books, December Park, which is a good coming of age story.
Okay.
We got Ashley in November.
I plan to join in November. Awesome.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo, woo, woo. More the merrier.
We got Bad.
Yeah, Bad. And Stuart says, I'll read the book. Good man.
Like, all right.
I'll be my first. It'll be my first multi-read.
Alicia always reads everything before me, so I'm shocked that she hasn't read any Malfi yet.
Yeah. Well, I haven't read either. I'm yet to discover him.
I've only read like one novel, and then I've read a short story collection. So I'm like, 4-star author for me so far.
Yeah. And my biggest fan. Yay.
Anita.
So awesome, Melissa. Woo-hoo. I have a feeling that the Night Parade is going to be a little bit deeper than this book.
Yeah. I mean, most books are probably going to be a little bit deeper than this book.
Yeah. but we can still have fun talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I love extreme horror, so I'm interested in that. Yes. Good.
I knew we could twist her arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
The sweetest. Thanks, friends. Thanks, bad. I'm not going to do that. I'll get it wrong. I'm a male. I don't know how to do those things. I'll just go hot. Yes. That sounds like a blast. How's it, man? Mark, how you doing? Okay. I'm so proud of you both to create something so amazing as book club.
Honestly, thanks to Cliff, because if he didn't bring it up, I probably would not have ever gone out on a limb on my own.
Yeah, you were the best person I could think of that I could do the club with. So
Aw,
we'll leave it at that. So I don't make anyone cry. You were the best.
no crying clowns.
Okay. I have mixed feelings on it.
I think
Ooh,
on our read.
let
I'm
us
a little
know.
bit with you there. I'm a little bit with you there.
Yeah, yeah. I just had a blast. I'm sorry. There were obviously glaring things about the book. I mean, it's silly. It's very silly. But I had so much fun, capital F, that I could read it again next month and enjoy it. And that for me is a 5-star. So maybe 4.5 star, rounded up to 5.
It's not quite swan song.
Not swan song, no.
Oh,
And
I'm glad you were able to pop in and say hi.
Mother Romy, glad to be here, but it won't be long. Boarding the plane now. Have a safe flights. Have a good flight. Okay. My first impression was a movie similar to the story, Arachnophobia. It was a really neat story, by the way. It's done with clowns. Yeah, and I want to know from all of you, are you afraid of clowns or spiders? If not, what is your greatest phobia? So, what is something that makes you terrified, like a creature? What is a phobia of yours? Okay. I love this book so much. How it's playful. I love the way you use that word. That's a good choice of word. It's playful and terrifying at the same time. That's why I say on every single page, almost, there's moments when you cringe and it's terrifying, it's scary, and yet at the same time, these clowns come up with this dialogue that just made me laugh out freaking loud. And some people don't like it. I think they complain about the dialogue too much. I just found it just so funny. I just loved
I
it.
think that
Myself,
because
you have to give yourself to the book. You have to give yourself over to that kind of thing. Yeah.
I think that's
So,
because the clowns feel the need to talk everything out, like, to the nth degree, had me kind of like, "Okay, we get it." And because I find clowns in general annoying, then I find them annoying in the book, 'cause I'm just like, "All right, let's get up to speed here. You're 45 years old. Come on, come on." So I
yeah,
can see why people have problems with the dialogue for sure, but it was intentional.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a strong song, ever. Listening to The Haunted Forest now, I like it. Yeah, right. It's a great book. I think a lot of people give this book between 3 and 4 stars for its entertainment value.
The
I don't
Haunted
know why I gave
Forest.
it 5. I don't know why I gave it 5 stars. 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars rounded up to 5 stars.
You don't need to justify yourself. If you just have such a fun time and you know
Yeah, yeah. I
it's
had a
kind
good
of
time.
like reading trashy books, right? Like, you're like,
Yeah,
"Okay, I know that the content in this is not, like, earth-shattering, it's not changing lives, but I had a fun time the entire time, and it made me forget about life," then give it 5 stars. I see no problem with that.
yeah. It's not high literature, but if
Yeah, it
you
doesn't have
couldn't
to be a masterpiece, it just
exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're almost there. Oh, yeah. Okay. My first time ever hearing about Jeff Strand. Yeah, it's great author. My question is, if you were a clown, would you be a scary clown or a happy birthday kind?
I would be a scary clown. I really liked in this story where Bluehead just embraced it because she was like, look, these people are coming here because they want to be scared. They're asking to be scared. And I think it would be really fun to work in a haunted house as long as I didn't get punched in the face or something by scaring somebody. But I would love it. I would love, not randomly going places and scaring the crap out of people, but being in a haunted house situation, that's what you're paid to do. I would absolutely love it.
Yeah. I think I'm the same. I'm in hell. I love horror. Of course, I'm the same. I would be a demonic clown that just wants to actually torment people. But at the same time, like if I saw people at a circus or whatever, let's say I saw a couple of bullies bullying a smaller child, then I'd rather scare the crap out of those bullies than a smaller child.
Well, yeah.
If you get over. So I'm kind of a scary clown with a
You're a
conscience.
jaunty.
I'm a jaunty, yeah.
Jaunty.
But but unlike jaunty, I'm happy to scare the crap out of bullies, or mean people, or horrible people. I'm happy to scare the absolute. Yeah, I don't like bullying or nastiness. That's something about me. So I'm happy to be a scary clown, but then I will direct that scariness.
You could be like a superhero scary clown where you just like wait for
Yeah.
the opportunity and then scare the crap out of people who deserve it.
Yes, there we go. Now we're talking.
If I see you on the news, I'll know.
My favorite part was the history of the spiders in the beginning.
I liked it too. I found that the scariest part was the beginning.
The prologue was awesome. I read
Yeah.
a whole story on this, that Team Spider. Yeah.
Them swimming, like just having like this wave of spiders coming your way and just having no way to escape that. Yeah.
But you know what that is foreshadowing? One of my favorite chapters in the whole book.
I didn't realize it until I went back this morning and I was like, what was the prologue again? And I was like, oh, them spiders be swimming early on.
And I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to do this later, but later on in the book, but we've all read it now. I'm sure that spiders won't be able to come after us, said Jaunty. Swimming spiders would be so scary that there is no way they would be allowed to exist.
I like
later on in the chapter, I don't like the look of the one in the corner, said Bluehead. I love Bluehead. The one that's dipping its legs into the water, said Reginald. That's the one. And then that whole episode with the pool, the swimming pool, is my favorite episode. And they all think they're perfectly safe. They're in the water. Spiders can't swim, and they're not like maybe the little ones that have got tiny feet and swim in the water, walk in the water.
Yeah.
But these ones are big. They're going to just sink. Next minute they all come towards it, and it becomes terrifying. But it's just so funny, the dialogue when they're in the pool there, and they've just witnessed that crash. Remember with that couple?
Yeah.
And they get broken. Yeah. Okay. So well, anyway. Yeah.
I like that they thought they could just hang out in the middle of a pool and someone was going to come save them eventually.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah, their logical thinking was sometimes a bit off. Okay, what's this? Hired clowns.
Nobody was happy. I love that.
Dad, you should have hired me. I would have made them happy. Maybe.
That's my kind of party. I'm just gonna have people here so everyone goes home.
Other John. Good to see you, John. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hey, hello. Other Lauren. Your spider is so creepy, Christine. Yeah.
That
You're
one?
taking it off? That one, yeah.
He kept jumping off. He went for a swim.
Which clown in the book was your favorite? Yeah, it has to be Jaunty for me. Such a gentle soul. But I also like that, what's it, Bluebird?
Bluehead. So Bluehead was my favorite. That was the female
Yeah,
clown. And then
yeah.
Jaunty second. I feel
Like a
like the other
ninja.
ones were kind of interchangeable. I couldn't tell you the difference between them.
Yeah, but also she was like a freaking ninja. She had the best moves, spider killing
Yeah.
moves. And
I love it. She
she
was
was,
like throwing spiders up and like cutting them in midair. I like that she just put her whole self into everything she did. She's like, oh, this is what I'm being dealt. I'm going to deal with it.
yeah. And I agree on mixed feelings. Yeah. Oh, that storm. I've read 20th. Oh, yeah, I've seen that as well. I've read that as well. It's very good. It's a lot of fun. In fact, you might enjoy it a bit more because it's not as silly. Anniversary screening, creep art, they were both very good. So I'd recommend 20th anniversary screening for you, Kritz.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Hey, Matt. Other man. Glad you guys get to see me. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you. You too. I fear
That's a
snakes.
good one. I don't
Yeah,
live in an area where there's really snakes, but anything that moves too quickly, snakes, spiders, bugs with a million legs, like I don't want something that can be faster than me. And I don't want something that can, you know what? I'm fine with those things in nature, but don't come in my house. Don't be hanging out in my shower over my head while I'm trying to have a shower and I'm at my most vulnerable. Don't be going in my bed or my car. If all of those things stayed in their area, I'd be fine.
I used to own a snake. And then
Yeah,
when I worked in the bush, I used to work with snakes. So I don't fear snakes. I fear, and I don't fear normal spiders. I fear those. I don't know if you've heard of that TV show called Fear Factor. I think it was an American show.
yeah.
And there was one stunt that I wouldn't do. Where this coffin is divided into three pieces. You got snakes, spiders, and I don't know, these tiny little worm things, whatever, maggots or whatever. And if I threw the dice and my head had to be with a spider, I'd say no. Bye bye.
Just
Bye bye.
one big spider.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy about it, but um, one big one that can't go up my nose or in my ears, okay.
I think look, I mean, maybe I'd be okay, but I think it would traumatize me for life, honestly. I think I'd have a mental breakdown right then. I think I'd end up in a hospital. I don't, that's a nightmare thought for me. That's why this book was actually kind of scary for me. The size of your head. And
This
the way
one
that
wasn't as scary to me after reading
yeah.
our Sodergren book last time. This one wasn't quite so scary to me.
No, I found it terrifying. And at the same time, I found it so hilarious that's why I loved it so much, because it kind of played on both all the time. So it just kept me engaged.
That's my favorite kind of horror is the cheesy B horror where you can laugh and break the tension and not take things too seriously, but then have something truly disgusting. I love the combination of those things.
Why is this not showing on screen? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
What's his name?
My wife just gave him to me. I have no idea.
His name's Henry.
Let's call him Incy Wincy.
Incy Wincy.
Are
you going to remember that?
Yeah. All right, let's keep going here. We're going to get in trouble here because there's hundreds of comments. But it makes our job easier, isn't it? My biggest phobia is dentists. I'm scared of spiders, but not terrified. Yeah, dentists suck.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It reminds me of Little Shop of Horrors and the dentist.
Yeah. Hey, Gareth, I'm afraid of fire.
Also legit.
Yeah, my wife is afraid of fire burning. Yeah. I'm actually afraid of I'm claustrophobic. I once went caving. You go underground and almost got trapped. You know, when you go like because I was too big. I couldn't get through the space. And
I would
I have that
never.
idea of. Have you seen the movie Descent?
No,
Four
but
women
there's
go
one
down
called
into
like
the.
From Below as Above or something like that. And
Yeah,
it's like a caving movie, like where they're deep underground. I think in the catacombs actually. And I'm not scared of small spaces like in real life, but I would never go crawling into a thing. If I can't walk in normally, I'm not going in there. Nope.
yeah, yeah. Now I'm afraid of getting caught there and water slowly filling up and drowning in a space like that where you can't get out.
Yeah, like the tide comes in. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Monkeys are terrifying. My
Yeah, we
son
got
loves
another game.
monkeys. I find gorillas scary. Gorillas are powerful, man.
Yeah, we got monkeys here all the time, and they eat our damn fruit. My wife loves planting her fruit and vegetables, and these monkeys come and they raid. Next minute, we got no strawberries left.
I want to see footage of these monkeys.
Yeah, we'll try and get some footage. We'll clean up a bit outside first. I'm terrified of emus from Australia,
I've never seen an
New
emu.
Zealand, or Australia. They look at you with their beady eyes, and they can see right into your soul. They are evil. That's I like that.
What about goats? They have like square pupils.
Yeah. Wonder where, if you think about the whole concept of goats being the devil, maybe that comes from that.
Probably because it's
Or, to
creepy.
go back into, yeah, maybe. Uh, Nothing jumps to mind on phobias.
Melissa's not letting her secrets out. She's like, no, I'm not
No,
telling you
she's
people.
not keeping it. I think it's the funniest book I ever read. Thanks, Stuart. Yeah, it was funny. I actually enjoyed the setup. I loved the clown characters. When the spiders and clowns clashed, went a bit downhill. Oh, come on. Oh,
I
come on.
liked that was when I liked it, is when they're like, okay, it's clowns versus spiders, and the spiders are toast. I was like, all right, finally we're gonna get some action and not just running away. I liked it when they started fighting.
Yeah, no, I loved it when they were fighting. And like I said, the mixture between the awe and the horror and the tension and the comedy just made the thing for me. And I love the dialogue. It's smart. Yeah, it's not for everyone. I can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, Christine. You need to talk everything out was annoying.
100%.
But that's where I just slowed down and I just thought, okay, we're having a conversation. Enjoy it for what it is. Because every one of their conversations had just gold in it, as far as I'm concerned.
I think that sometimes it landed for
Hey,
me and
hey.
sometimes it was just, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, didn't read the book. I'm just there for the vibes. Cool. Say that again. Sorry.
Oh, I haven't seen Goddess of Gore in quite some time.
Yeah. Okay. But my greatest phobia is multiple of things. So you got more than one phobia. It's weird, I know, but I get scared of multiple things.
Sun.
Sunflower, plant, all those
Oh,
seeds
you
freak me.
need to read that book, Edenville. Have you read the book Edenville?
I haven't.
There's something in there with sunflowers that bad to read that book.
Is it a good book? Because I've heard mixed
It's
reviews. Sort of.
very weird. That's the best way to describe it. It's just out there, and I had a good time with it.
Okay. Well, I trust your judgment by now, so I'm reading a book.
Well, I want Bad to read it if she's scared of those plants.
I fear nothing. Wahahaha. Good, Romy. I gave the book 3.5 stars, but I'm up to
I
400.
think I would give it 3.5, and I'm going to round it down to 3.
Gave it 3 stars. Wasn't funny enough to be a comedy with horror, not scary enough with horror.
I didn't find it scary at all. I was not scared,
But
except by the dialogue.
like I said, I am an arachnophobe.
I am
So,
too, but
so
it
it
wasn't
gave
enough
me.
for me. I needed more descriptions.
I just found it a blast. But yeah, it's one of those books that just it was a blast. And I always tell myself, am I ever going to read it again? Is this the kind of book I would pick up? Because whether it's a swan song, boy's life, clowns versus spiders, but would I want to read it
You're up
again?
there with those gems.
Would I want to read this book again? Did I have a good time?
Do
Like,
you
not
want to
just a
be
good time.
buried with this book?
Yeah, no, well, maybe not. No. But you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
5 stars. It's all very individual. Yeah. Mark's being a bit harsher. I read this book years ago and didn't like it much. Found it a bit boring. Can't really remember much about it. Yeah. Okay. I don't have anyone on my side here. Oh,
You do.
yay!
You have Ashley.
Yay. Thank you. So much fun. I'm with you, Cliff. Thank you. It is. It's a blast. It's an absolute blast. I'm scared of the dentist too. They better knock me out or it's going to be crazy. The worst patient ever. I haven't been to the dentist in so long, or maybe I should go. Might keep the fun.
What if it's a clown dentist? That's the scariest. You just like walk in the room and he's like all made up in makeup and he's like giggling and like going in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt says not to get into politics or religion, but those are my phobias. Yeah.
Yeah,
Moving on.
politics here
Moving
is
on. Moving on. Moving on. So, in other words, not getting into it, I'm moving on. Because I
but
know
can I say
that's.
one little thing that's related to the book? Because there is
Oh,
a
right. Okay.
good paragraph in the book in the library where the librarian, by the way, I love that
She was
librarian.
cool. She was cool,
Yes.
eh?
And there's like a
Yeah.
whole thing in there about like not censoring books and having books available. I really love that.
And she had a whole arsenal to protect her from people that were going to
Yeah,
come and take.
that lady is not living to be 105 for nothing. She is
Yeah.
set. I loved her.
Yeah. I was going to say it was a lot of fun. Okay. Thanks for admitting it, Mark. I gave the book 3 stars. That's okay, bad.
That's okay.
I know that I'm outnumbered here. I've come to accept that. Yeah.
I agree. Bluehead was my favorite.
Yeah, she was cool. She was very cool.
She was very spirited.
Yeah. And she was also kind of sensitive as well. Not
They
as
were
much
all
as Jaunty.
sensitive. Yeah.
Not as much as Jaunty though. Jaunty was a super sensitive one.
I like how Bluehead just went with the flow. Like whatever was going on, she was there for it.
Yeah. And she was like a ninja clown with her moves. Like with her fight moves, She was the one that was known to be the most acrobatic.
That's true,
And,
yeah.
and when they got hold of those weapons, she was like a natural. Remember? Yeah. Oh, she be the main character. Yeah. Okay. How did you guys feel about the ending survivors? Once at the end. Now let's talk about it at the end. We'll talk about the survivors at the end. Yeah. Did anyone else wonder what the spiders ate in the cave for 100 years?
I didn't think that deep about this book.
No, I didn't really think. Maybe they were weeding out the weaklings. Maybe they were cannibal spiders. Yeah. Or maybe some of the spiders came out not quite right. Maybe then.
They sent the baby ones out through the little cracks to like bring back food.
Yes,
To feed the
maybe.
mother spider.
The big mama spider.
Yeah.
Yeah. My actual phobia is dark water. Well, not the water itself, what lurks in the darkness. I enjoy it too much.
Actually, I agree because I never realized I was like scared of fish and sea life in general until I went snorkeling. Not even scuba diving, just snorkeling. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so outnumbered all of a sudden. There's so many fish and just the unknown of what's underwater, I do think it's like a whole different planet.
Yeah. I'm an ex-surfer. Well, I still, you know, someone said to me, you can never be an ex-surfer. It's in your soul forever, which is true. But since I left Cape Town 20 years ago, I've never surfed. I've never had the opportunity to. And even here, it's not that kind of beach. But I had a very good friend who got attacked by a shark. He was in my tennis club, and he got his leg bitten off. He nearly died. I was there with him that night, or the next night. He wanted to commit suicide. But yeah, from the knee down, basically. And it was a great white. And I still went surfing. But sometimes after that, I would go out in the water and paddle. And if the water was a little bit murky, you just have this little feeling, You just have this like little bit of this little
I
fear.
think it's smart to respect nature and to respect that there are things out there that can be dangerous to us. That's just being smart, being scared of fire, or I mean, that is what's wired into our brains, right? That's how we survive.
Yeah. But in terms of surfing, I mean, I think true surfers know that they are going out yes, this is not their home.
It's not their territory, right?
It's not their territory. They're respectful of that.
Right.
And so we have, this beach was surrounded by these big mountains. And on the top of the mountains with these special binoculars, you have these things called shark spotters. It's a special thing in Cape Town. And they can actually detect when that particular beach where I surfed, there were never any incidents, ever. Immediately, they could detect some infrared or something, I don't know, movement. A certain distance out, if there was movement, alarm would sound, and everyone would get back to the beach as quickly as possible. Yeah. So that's kind of okay. I hooked into that mark. Feasted on folk that don't like the Foxy Trinity. As above, so below.
So, yeah, that's the name I was trying to come up with for the underground scary movie. You should watch that one.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, you must also check out The Descent.
Yes.
As above, so creepy, that one. Okay, I'm claustrophobic as well. Can't even look at pictures of people squeezing through gaps in caves.
Yeah. I always just think that they're dumb. Like, why are you doing that?
You guys are both describing my nightmares.
Glad we could help, Lauren.
Definitely challenge myself. No, the recommendations. Sunflowers from hell.
They're not like the main thing, but there's just a creepy moment I think you'll appreciate in there.
Yeah.
Perry clowns versus spiders and toady bones.
Did you give it 5 stars, Alicia? Did you give Clowns versus Spiders 5 stars as well? Please tell me you did. Seems like you did.
She's not going to have room in her coffin with all those layman books.
I'm sure there's some other really good layman books out there. I know there's one that we liked, and the rest of it is.
And there was one that I read this month that was not too bad.
What was it called?
Good question. I think Resurrection Dreams, Resurrection something.
Okay.
I find all of his titles so generic that I forget them, but yeah.
Do you think maybe the spiders were the victims and they were just terrified of the people? Maybe that we were the invaders to their world. I don't really think so, because at every single opportunity, the spiders would try and attack. So
they were hungry. They were in that cave for 100 years.
Yeah, exactly. So they were hungry.
There's a conversation at the end of this book.
Gone?
Oh, go ahead.
It's not like the big mama spider was passive. It was destroying buildings.
She was just walking around.
Destroying buildings and eating.
They were in her way.
No, she was trying to get to those poor children in that building.
Well, they're the
She was
tastiest.
trying her best to get to those children. She was more than hungry.
There is a whole conversation at the end of this book about people judging clowns and being scared of them, right? And in my mind, I was thinking, well, we're kind of doing the same to the spiders because they're just doing their thing. Like they're just doing what spiders do.
Yeah, well, as Jaunty said, I think it was Jaunty, and I know Farah gave me this. She said she left it on our Discord that we just kind of drowning in a sea of negativity. Let's just spare a thought for the spiders. Let's just stop for a moment and spare a thought for those spiders. And this is while this whole thing is going on around there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. They would have stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, they were hangry. You cannot hold a spider accountable for their actions when they're hangry.
And I still think that they were weeding out the weaklings and cannibalistic spiders, cannibal spiders. I gave it 3.5. Coffin is already pre-filled with layman books.
I knew it.
Like Kritz said, pretty much everything about the water is not human territory. Yeah. No, look, I mean, I was a field guide. Told you. I've said that on my channel a few times. So when you're out there in the African bush, you have to respect that you are in an environment, and you have to know the rules. You have to. And unlike when tourists go, we didn't have fences. So we had to know the rules. So if elephants are moving through your campsite or there's a lion there, you have to know what to do, right? Because it's not your territory. That's what you learn. Okay.
Hi, Cat.
Cat.
Cat, though, will go see Terrifier. Which is like a creepy ass clown mime. So
you saw it with her?
No, she saw it with Kelsey from Slime and Slashers, the new one, and they like put a video out. I've only seen the first one and I was like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good on Terrifier.
Was it hectic?
It's brutal. That's the best way I could put it. It's just violent.
Popping in to say hello and booping the like button. Not a fan of clowns. I much prefer spiders. Then you'll like this shirt. Spiders.
Spider.
I haven't read this book, but it seems like a fun read. Yeah, it's a fun read. Okay, let's go. We did say at the beginning it's a spoiler review because we spoiled the hell out. Well, yeah, have to read the book. It's too late for that now. Art the Clown is hideous. Yeah.
That's the clown in Terrifier.
Okay. Oh, this is going too quickly. Humans adapt to the planet, not the other way around. Humans are the most unnatural natural creatures. Okay. Love your shirt, Cliff. Thank you. It's quiet. Terrifier is nasty for the sake of it. No, I love it. Okay, now we're gonna get going to another topic of conversation here. Leave comments for a little bit. Because I had quite a few things I wanted to talk about. And actually, we covered most of them already. We talked about phobias. What about that haunted house? What about that haunted house? That haunted house is very cool.
I think you're going to have to refresh my memory because I don't remember, other than the clown room, really what else was going on in that haunted house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when they got a new job and they were in the clown room. And then I think my favorite was a cannibal hillbilly room. And then there was a wall of mirrors. There was a wall of mirrors.
Okay, yeah.
And then
I would be terrified of the hillbilly room.
Yeah.
All of those Rob Zombie movies are like, no. I feel like it's too possible that I just can't. No.
Yeah. And then they had this giant hand and this giant mouth where they were trying to grab people and pretending to grab people.
Oh, I don't remember that.
About people. But I was just wondering, okay, for the people that are watching, what was your favorite room when you watched? Okay, when you read the book. But also, what do you think? How effective was that opening before the clown invasion in terms of a build-up in suspense and horror? Before they find themselves in a car on their own, everyone is dead and got no way of doing, surrounded by spiders and spider web all over their car. But that whole sequence when Jaunty gets kicked out and he's trying to save people who are he's trying to save that child. Remember that one scene where he's trying to save the child and the child is saying, bad clown, poking in an eye. And I'm like, the guy's trying to save you.
Hey, if a strange man in makeup comes and picks you up.
And he's determined to get this child back to the mother, which he does. But he nearly loses an eye in the process. Yeah.
I liked the whole setup of before that, even just that's how we got to know our characters. I really liked the addition of Depravo the clown, just because I thought he was such a good contrast. And some of the things he said were just so hilarious to me because he was just so mean. He's like, well, you better do this or this is I'm going to make beating a clown to death like part of the scene or something. And I'm like, damn.
He was hilarious.
I thought it was a good contrast to all of the goodiness that was going on. I liked his one-liners.
Yeah. And I just kept thinking, what's going to happen now? Where are they going to fight these spiders? What's going to happen? Georgie, is he going to get back in time? Yeah, I just loved the build-up though. The parts of that haunted house that were kind of scary. But it's like out of the frying pan into the fire, right?
Right.
Like they think that this is the worst, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And I just like that build-up of just funny and horrible. That horrifying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there's more comments. I'm sure there's probably about 1,000 since we've been talking for 2 minutes. Yeah. Are we going back a bit now? We bend nature to our will most of the time. Yeah. Cliff, the movie terrifies like reading a book of an extreme horror novel. Lots of gore, but kick butt.
He's very effective. He doesn't speak at all, which makes him even creepier.
Yeah. Okay, what was this? Got to go, guys. Great hanging out with you. Cheers, Mark. Maybe we'll agree on the next book. Yeah. Haunted house was really cool. I'd love to be a clown in a room set up for my vibe.
You have a theme for your next party, Bad.
Ticket, please. Would be the ticket collector and warn everybody who enters. Yeah. I love when an author can create a character that's just so funny. I love when I can laugh, think about that character. Art is off-putting, mime clown. Off-putting mime clown? Art?
Art is from Terrifier. She's just telling you.
Okay, so no, I don't know that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now one other thing I wanted to talk about. Yes, this was not the deepest book in the whole world, but I thought there was one part that was kind of deep. And I think that is the whole thing of discrimination. Because there's a part of the book where they're trying to help these humans, and humans are attacking them. And even though it's obvious that they're trying to help them, it's like this kind of fear of these things that are, I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I see that point. However, I think I would react the same. If my life is in danger and there's like all of this hellish landscape around me and some creepy ass clowns come up to me and they're accidentally shooting people, like, they're trying to help, but they're not the best at it. I'm not trusting anyone either. And they're coming out with like machine guns and stuff too. So I think I'd be a little bit like, I'm good. I'll do this on my own.
It's like a zombie clown in there. We're on your side. We're on your side.
But the overall message of, not everything, not all clowns are evil. I did like that whole aspect, and I liked seeing the flip side of it because we never do get to see that. So
Yeah. But that might be saying something a little bit deeper as well about people,
yeah.
and prejudice and the way we see people. And yeah, it might be like a little bit of a motive in there as well. But okay, it's not very clear. Let's put it that way. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that he was trying to convey a deeper message a couple of times in this book with that and with the library scene, and he just did it in such an over the top silly way. But yeah, I do think that there were a few messages in there.
Yeah. Nothing really worth talking about for 10 minutes or analyzing and so on. But yeah, the final battle was a lot of fun. I was very sad that some of the clowns died. I mean, it was kind of heartbreaking, especially the one that I think actually one of the funniest but most heartbreaking scenes for me was the clown that had already been bitten like a million times, and he sacrifices himself by going under the car so he can clear the cobwebs so that they can drive over him. It's just like, oh, come on.
I like the commentary of just like, I wish I had thought to turn on the radio or whatever so I didn't have to hear that sound.
But it was funny. And the final battle was great. With the
Final
giant
battle
spot.
was over the top the way it needed to be. I kind of didn't mind that some of the clowns died. But
Of
I think
course,
it
no.
shows that, this was real.
I'm
Like
being a
this
bit
was
sarcastic. I'm being a little bit
yeah.
sarcastic. Just like, so sad that they died.
I did like DePravo's little like speech about he's like, I was kind of a dick, but not enough to sacrifice myself to make up for it. But I'm gonna die anyway. So I'm like that whole conversation I thought was funny. And I did again like Bluehead, like her ninja skills.
Yeah, that she was cool. It's like
Yeah.
cartwheels and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, and I thought it was actually very funny what he did at the end when this giant clown was trying to eat all the children, and they were trying to save the children, and then they saved the children, but they found out that the children were actually, what was it? They were actually going to die anyway. It didn't make any difference.
Nothing funnier than throwing some dying children in there.
No, but I mean, they saved this giant spider. They killed the spider and stopped it from eating the children, but it wasn't
Right.
going to make any difference. It wasn't going to make any difference. They were in a terminal ward.
Like everything they tried to do, right? Everything they tried to do good, and it ended up just kind of being thrown in
Well,
their face.
it was a happy ending. Come on.
It was a
And
happy ending.
at the end, it was like kind of a finger to Stephen King. Damn you, Stephen King. Damn you, it's Pennywise. Damn. And then they
I like
changed
how they
everything.
said Stephen King was angry about it because, they had this whole like positive movement for clowns after that. And Stephen King's like,
Yeah.
you have an enemy.
And now I can't release it part 3. That was really funny. Yeah. We've actually been going for a good hour, which is kind of what we spoke about.
Can I tell you my 3 favorite quotes in here first?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll save my favorite for last. A bag of kazoos could fall from the sky and I would still be haunted by all the blood in her dead eyes. I liked that one. I just like the idea that kazoos falling from the sky would be like a clown's happiest thing. Then there's fluid on the armrests. It's just pus, said Reginald. But my favorite is, I shan't be extending my wiener at the open window, lest it doth get bitten by a spider.
Well, even worse than that, before that with the girl clown. Yeah. So
She had to make,
I can't do my thing outside like you can.
right. She had to make a funnel. Hey, all of us females have been in a situation where we wish we could stick our wiener out the window and go to the bathroom.
I just stop the car and kind of go next to the car. I'm not looking. Okay, let's see what we got here. Those were good quotes. We should have actually asked the people to give their quotes. It turns into the purple purge.
Into the purge. Yeah, I like there was a comment on the book too where they're like, we are not that far into the apocalypse for humans to be turning on each other. We are just like mid-apocalypse or something. It was very self-aware.
Yeah, I would have been disappointed with none of that color. No, you're right. I was just being a little bit dramatic for the video's sake, This one, none of the colors done. Is it bad that prevail was my favorite? No.
I liked him too.
Yeah.
I wanted him and the librarian that's like armed to the teeth. I loved her.
That could make a good book. Focus on her as a character. Protecting books, protecting a library. I like that the author wasn't sentimental. Some of the clowns died, children died, made it more real. Yeah.
Yep. I think Melissa might have read it earlier too, though.
Yeah. No, basically everything changes now. There's no room for evil clowns. Clowns are good again. So
there was just like a King Kong version of Mama Spider coming out, knocking over buildings, clowns kung fu fighting, and in the end he has to save some children in a burning building pretty much, and then he saves them.
Yeah, they have to get on the back of the giant spider and have to aim for the brain.
I like when he said, like, he's whacking the spider, he's like, oh, goo is coming out, goo is good. That's how you know you're getting something.
Oh, that's brilliant. That was a missed opportunity for people. Yeah.
Yep. I hate a wasted opportunity for peen destruction. Kat, we are reading Ronald Malfi's The Night Parade. And I'll send you an invite. I don't know if you're in our Discord. I'll try to send you an invite to our Discord. And we're going to be voting on December's book in like the next week or so. And we're voting every month on what book we read. And Cliff and I are kind of picking the subgenre and a handful of books from that subgenre. And then the people will vote. And this is what we voted on for November.
Yeah, I don't think we should vote here. Not really fair. Or maybe at the end, if there's like a thing, we can talk about it and just switch a vote to the book we want. Yeah. Okay. It's read. I love your quotes. That's a conversation book pick. I'll be here next last week for sure. I have to go now. Great. Thanks you so much, Bad.
Yes.
Thanks, Bad. And I'll see you next week. I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Sunday. We are talking on Salem's Lot. Talking about Salem's Lot. Greg's channel. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Claire. Bye. Bye, Bad. Yeah, I have to jump off here into the gym with my brother. Much love and positive vibes. You guys on Discord. Yeah. Yeah. As long as your brother's spotting you properly if you're lifting those weights, eh? Okay. Great. It was a few weeks ago.
I'm lucky if I remember something from a week ago. So, oh, good.
I don't know why I enjoyed this so much. I just did. So, I'm not greater. Awesome, Kat.
Yeah.
Do you have a date for the discussion yet? No.
We don't have a date.
We'll talk about
Sundays.
It.
Yeah, we'll post it in the Discord pretty soon, though.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm looking forward to Really, really, I love post-apocalyptic novels, so it's going to be great. Cat says, yeah, mine too. Any final words? This is good. Called about, yeah, no, this is good.
That was a lot of thoughts for this book.
That's actually, that was just, we were lucky that we had an awesome crowd. Thank you guys.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Push the time up from like 30 minutes to an hour. Because there's not a hell of a lot you can say about this book, to be honest. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. I loved it for what it is. So it was 5 stars for me.
Yeah, I liked it for what it is too. You don't go into Clowns versus Spiders expecting some life-changing story to happen. So it's, you know, it was fun. It was fun for our first one. And now we're going to get really dark with some post-apocalyptic horror.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Okay, let's put a little bit nerd. This is a fun chat.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye, Cliff. Bye, Cat. So we're going to... Thanks for creating this club and doing this chat. Thanks, Stuart. Thanks. I really love this book club. I don't know how to do the heart.
I feel like I can't do this without making this face.
Well, if I try to do a heart, I might, I don't know. Okay, there we go. Say Melissa.
You guys are awesome. We'll see you next time.
You guys are all awesome. We'll see you in the Discord.
Yes.
Yeah. And thank you so much for watching. It was absolutely awesome. Got any final words? Got any final words?
I think Team Spider.
I'm gonna go with Team Undercover Clown.
Undercover Clown.
Undercover Clown. Spy Club.
Spy Club.
Yeah. But thank you, everyone. Take care.
Yeah, bye.
And we're going to be going. Now, this is a movie, Wayne's World. Remember, 5,
4.
And I haven't pressed anything. I'm still here. It's still. You press end stream and you have to wait for like. What's going on? Hang on.
Technical difficulties.
Excuse me. We'll be leaving in a second, okay?